Namaste and welcome, everybody. Welcome. My life today is about how to connect with angels. Welcome, everybody. So, today we're going to be talking about what is the best way to connect with our angels so that we could get the most benefit from it, right? But before we start to talk about how do we make connections with our angels, let's first see what are the things that we should not be doing. Number one, guys, remember angels are servant of God, right? So what is the best direct source that we have? God, universe, right? So the first thing is I want you to know that we do not pray to angels because angels are servant of God and they're working for God. Number two, and the most important thing that I want you to remember, and I'm going to collaborate more during the live, is that angels are not just here to work as our servants and only work on our wish list, but mainly because the angels are the servant of God and we are all under universal laws, and we all know by now that we are at earth school, and earth school means classes every second, every minute a door will open, universe actually opening a door to say this is the lesson that you're going to be taking right now. So the angels are the way for you and I to make a connection. And instead of saying, can you fix this for me? Can you do this for me? To order them would be, what is the main lesson underneath this issue that I haven't understood yet? Can you help me to understand what is the lesson that I need to learn? Got that? Because this is major, major, major. So we all have to see that the angels, as we assign here, you probably heard it from many, many people, that we have an angel associate to our souls. So we have to remember that we do have an angel assigned to our lessons and programmings. So just knowing that I know that I have an angel or a guide who is with me the whole time, it's protecting me and taking care of me, it just gives me that peace of mind, right? So at the moment, I want you all to own these. Remember that you always, always, always have an angel that is taking care of you, watching over you, and protecting you. Yes? Okay. Sometimes I read somewhere, and I'm not naming anybody, but they sent me an article about someone who is saying in that article that Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel are super busy because they are the most popular angels, and everybody is getting help from them. And I am sorry, my dear friends, I have never heard such a nonsense, because we also making the angels and the job that are doing so small. How could an angelic being that is only energy type and is a vibrational energy type get too busy or even overwhelmed because they are too much in demand? So this is not accurate. The other thing that I want to clear right off the bat is that sometimes when you how you lost a family member, a dear one, someone who has really been close to you. And maybe as you're discussing this to someone else and you're going through your grieving, they would say, "Oh, now your father or your child has become an angel." And I just wanted to say, true that it might make us feel better, but the humans who are living on planet Earth after they pass away, they do not turn into angels. The other thing that I hear and I want to discuss here is that in the same article that's been sent to me, this person is saying that angels also have ego. What? Angels also have ego? This is also inaccurate statement, my dear ones. Angels are the most highest vibrational being, and they working for God. Therefore, the angels do not have egos, because if they did, they would have go under falling angels like Satan. We all know the story of Satan. Yes? Okay, what happens? Satan start to create this illusion that I'm the most beautiful angel that the universe or God has created, and I am the one. And why am I getting direction from God? Right? So, what happened? The universe kicked him out. And then we all know the story of Adam and Eve. So, remember, the angels, if they're angels would get involved with their egos, which is only a human nature, then we would not be calling them angels. Got it? Okay, so the first thing ever, when I connect to the angels, I want to know that this angel that I'm talking to, that I'm asking for whatever it is, already knows what I want. So the angels, they know what you and I know. The angel knows that we're going through suffering or pain, or we have lost something now, or we are really urging to have a partner. So the angels already know this. But then again, we have to send a really clear message to our angels. Why? Because the angels, although they know what we want, but they also rating vibration. So what I would like us all to be very clear about is that we do not send mixed messages, because although the angels know what you want, but if you keep changing your mind, or if your message is vague, they cannot really get what you want, right? Okay, great. So clarity is a huge point. Clarity with talking to God or universe, clarity in law of attraction, clarity in talking to agents are super duper duper important. Okay, so when we start talking to angels, what we need to do is that we have to understand the angels are not just obeying to give our wishes to us or remove a chaotic situation. They're actually helping you and I with sending different messages, that what is the bottom line of whatever you're facing with right now. So, if you have lost a loved one and you're grieving, instead of just telling the angels that maybe you can remove this grieving, you can remove this suffering or pain. Maybe the best thing to say, help me remove whatever is underneath this suffering. Are you hearing me, guys? Don't just say, remove this grief. I cannot take this, is too much suffering. But the best question will be, the best way that you and I can get help is to help me remove whatever is underneath this thing, the why I'm suffering. So then the angels can help you to dig in and make you understand that your suffering is about maybe codependency, maybe entitlement. What do I mean by entitlement? Is that this is my husband, this is my children, this is my grandfather, and I've been so close. And we have a storyline that I've been so close to my grandmother or my grandfather. So we created this codependency and entitlement. So maybe the reason that you and I are suffering is the fear of loss. And you all know that our ego and mind wants to always create more things, hang on and hold on to things, and the ego and mind never want to lose anything. So I can ask my angel, could you please help me and guide me to go through this feeling of loss? Can you help me and guide me how to work on this codependency? How can I drop the entitlement that this is my husband and this is my child and so on and so forth? It could be the fear of loneliness. So you need to sit and contemplate and become super clear and ask angels to show you what is the cause of your suffering. What is it that you need to really work on? What is your earth lesson that you have to learn, right? So remember, always, 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 that again, I'm going to repeat, angels are servant of God, right? So they are, I call the angels me. This is my personal view of things, that angels are actually also middleman. So I would never pray to angels. I pray to the source. I communicate to the source, and then angels will be there to help you. So remember, no matter how much we love angels, no matter how much powerful they are, just remember that we need to what? To really never forget the main source. So let's start to dig in deeper and see what is the best way to communicate with our angels to get the most benefit. Please write all of this down in the comment for me. So, number one is clarity. Clarity, clarity, clarity. What is it exactly that I want? And then don't send mixed messages that today I want this. Oh no, maybe I don't want this. Maybe I want that. Maybe I want this first and then that first. So become clear. So for this, it would be super important for us to at least give ourselves 5 minutes of meditation a day to gain that clarity. Now, here, while I'm talking about clarity, I want you to also know that as I mentioned before, the angel needs clear message. If you are spending most of the time on social media, please write this down in the comment. This is the download that I got right now. Write it down. If I am, oh, let me open the comments on YouTube. Every time I'm spending time on social media and I'm getting involved in different things, and I'm seeing who has gone where, what my ex has done, and where was the party that I didn't get invited. The time that we're spending on social media is the time that we are totally disconnected from the universe and from the angels. So write this down. The time that I'm spending on social media, not even minding my business, seeing what anybody else is doing, is the time that I would be disconnected from the angels and from the universe. So, in order for us to gain clarity, we have to keep our space as empty as we can. Number two is permission. You probably know by now that angels don't intervene in your life unless you ask and you tell them that they have permission. Number three is consistency. So, we all know everyone who's successful at anything, anyone that you and I might admire their lifestyle, what they have achieved, the billionaires and trillionaires, all of them have one thing in common, and that is consistency, that I show up every single day. And this been my way of living, guys, ever since I was 18, because there was an inner knowing within me that I knew that the universe loves and adore me showing up every day. So consistently, when it's come to talking to universe, from the time that I want to spend with my angels, it's super important that I'm consistent and I'm showing up every day. So you cannot, because I see this is very common for most of us human, that we don't connect to the universe, we don't talk to angels, we don't ask our guides, we don't communicate daily communication with our guides and with our angels, and until something really terrible happens. And then we just go and say, can you give me this? Can you fix this situation? And this is not right. So consistency means you and I have to create this deep friendship with our angels or our guides, right? So every single day, as soon as you get up, you call in your angels and you say, please be with me today. Please intervene in my task. Please walk with me every step. Please give me a clear sign when I'm going off, when I'm doing something wrong, when I'm not totally understanding and being present. Help me to do this. And number four, guys, is embodiment. We all know that embodiment is super important. So we have to become what we love, what we adore. We have to embody that. If you and I want to be a awakened soul, then we have to embody how does it feel to be awakened. How would I act? What would I do? So one of the things that I do is that every single day I remind myself that whatever is showing up in my picture, in my movie, there is God playing that role to teach me, for me to learn something. Therefore, I'm constantly embodying this God being. And oftentimes I ask myself, what would God do in this situation? What would God do if I am God and if God is within me and if God is showing me everything in that mirror, what I have to learn? If I was coming from a place of God, how would I be acting? So, embodiment. So remember, in order for us to practice all of these four steps, again, the most important thing is, is our mind constantly working? Are we dealing with overactive mind? Because again, please write this down too. If I am dealing with an overactive mind, those are the time that I cannot get a clear message from universe or from my angels. Write it down, please. The time that I catch myself that I'm dealing with an overactive mind, I am not just, I'm getting involved with my mind, and my mind is taking me, throwing me down the hill and doing all these things. The whole time that I am dealing with my overactive mind, that's the time that I'm missing being aligned with the universe or hearing the universe and my angels' messages, right? So when I deal with angels, and I know all of this about myself because I have been doing self discoveries for many, many years, and I know about the mind, and I know about my ego and all the faces that my ego is showing during the day. Since I'm aware about this, when I'm asking the angels, I ask my angel, please guide me so I would understand how and where did I create this mess? Did my ego and my mind created this chaotic situation? So instead of just saying remove these, you want to be asking your angel a better question. You want to know that if you're trying to receive a message that is through your nervous system, you are going to constantly be creating the chaotic situation. So in order for you to get a better result, you ask your angel, what is it? Can you help me to calm my nervous system? Can you help me not to operate from my childhood dramas and dramas? Can you help me to find out what is underneath all of this? So, what do we want to check, my loved ones? We want to check for fear loops, right? What are the fears? When I'm aware, I watch my life like a detective. I want to see where are the fear loops? Where or at what time or what situation do I see that my ego is always putting me in that fear loop? And by being conscious, I want to move myself away from that. Number two, urgency addiction. Just think about this, guys. I have to become aware that I'm addicted to urgency. I do not have any patience. So when I catch myself, where do I act out this way? And I work on this part, urgency, addiction. I slow myself. I come back to myself. I go within. I stop myself from being reactive, doing something right away or looking for a result right away. Wherever I see this urgency, I know that these are the parts that I'm not in control. And why am I not in control? Because I'm not conscious. I'm not living my life consciously. Number three, hyper control. Let's face it, guys, we are all control freaks. It took me many, many years. Not that I didn't know that I was a control freak, but it took me many years to admit it. So when I admit it, what happened? I started to work on it. I started to catch myself. Before I was going to take some action, I would have said, is this coming from control? Why am I doing this? Am I trying to control this person? Am I trying to manipulate this person? Am I trying to manipulate or control this situation? So it only comes with awareness, right? So number four is constant dopamine chasing. My question for you is, again, guys, I know I keep bringing this to myself because these have been my experience. It took me many, many, many years to realize that all of my actions, whatever I was doing, it was coming because I was chasing the dopamine, that feel good right now. And then a lot of my actions dropped right after I caught myself and I admitted to myself that I am someone who's constantly chasing dopamine. And then I contemplating it. And I asked myself a key question. How else can I create that dopamine? And then I realized, guys, every time that I'm going within myself, those are the time that I don't have to look for something out there to feel good and content right now. So this could be a tool for you guys also, that you, every time you see that you want to do something, you're chasing a dopamine, stop your action and instead go within. Even if you just stop and just take a few deep breath, inhale and exhale, you become aware and you catch yourself and you delay the action that you were going to do. You stop being reactive and you just slow yourself down. So these tools that I'm giving you, these highlights that I'm giving you, please write it down and start working on them every day and start becoming aware. Yes? Okay. So yes, my love, I'm reading a comment on YouTube. Does it always work? It depends on you, sweetheart. It depends on you. I realize that by being aware and conscious, it works every single time. But once I become unconscious and I'm not aware, then things start not working for me. So that has been my experience. Give it a try and see how you feels. So now remember, angels are not there to fix symptoms. I can highlight how much I have to talk about this for us to get this. What angels do basically, they restructure the foundation. This is what we really want, right? We don't want a quick fix because we know quick fixes never work. Quick fixes never help me to wake up, to awaken, or anything like that. So, you purposely from now on, you want to ask your angels, please restructure the foundation of my life, of this situation, because we want to become a deeper people to see what is underneath everything. And the minute you ask, you have to watch out for this too. Because the minute I ask my angels, can you please restructure the foundation of my life? What happens? That's going to be your ego freaking out. So be careful that your ego doesn't like you to wake up. And as I have been saying for years, the purpose of ego and mind is not for you to become awakened, to become enlightened. So, if the ego and mind intention is not for you to become an enlightened master, remember that the minute you wake up, that's the ego dead. That's a threat to your ego. So, your ego is going to start getting more active, and you have to watch that. Okay. So, remember, sometimes I don't know why we do that, but we do that, and I'm doing that. I'm not just pointing finger at anybody. I'm not just blaming anybody, but most of the time We're looking at other people's life and we think they're luckier than us. Why are they getting everything that they want? Why are they living the life that they want? And why am I so unlucky? And I want to say, please, let's stop this nonsense, because people who we assume they're lucky or they have everything that we want, they have some qualities. Do you know? Can you please write it down for me? What are their qualities if we think that some people are luckier than me? Number one, again and again, which is shows up, clarity, clarity, clarity. Remember, if we're not clear through our message, if we're not clear what is it that we really truly want, we're constantly sending out mixed messages. We confuse the universe, we confuse our angels, we confuse everybody. Why? Because I am confused. So number one is clarity, right? Number two, as I'm going to put more emphasis on it, commitment, showing up every day. If you keep messing up and then you promise your angel that you're going to be good, you're not going to go and talk nonsense, you're not going to gossip, you're going to do your meditation every day, you're going to start walking for 30 minutes, and you keep on dropping it and you're not doing it, which means you don't have respect for yourself. If you don't have respect for yourself and your word, how do you expect angels to respect you? So you have to be committed to say, what are you promising the universe, your guides, your angels to do? And you have to stick to it. These are the keys for people who you and I assume they're lucky, or they go somewhere high, high, high up there, and we admire them and we adore them and we want to be them, but we don't know why we are not there, is because they have this quality. And number three, and the most important thing, they do not negotiate the lesson. Oftentimes, you guys know me, Sudhi Burnett, Sud Guru, Fairy Godmother. I've been coaching for 40 years, right? And oftentimes I see people who get a coaching sessions with me, and I translate the universal lessons to them and I said, this is the lesson. Then they start to negotiate that. Are you sure it's this? Why do I have to do this? And what do I do this or that? You cannot negotiate the lessons. So people who are lucky, people who you admire, and they are on top, first of all, they get coaches. And while the coaches are guiding them through their life, they do not negotiate. They don't bring excuses because why they're not doing it. And you might find me a hard teacher or whatever, but please listen to these guys. I am telling you, as a sister, as a soul sister, as a soul family, when you learn the lesson, you gotta stick to it and do not make excuses for why you're not showing up every day, why you disrespecting yourself because of all the excuses you give yourself, why you're not doing this or that. Okay, so clear message. Let me give you a couple of examples of how, after you did all of these things, how you talk to the angels. Do not confuse the angels in your chaotic confusion, right? Clear message. For instance, Archangel of Divine Light. I give full permission for you to help me in a way that's safe, clear, and aligned with my highest good. Now, if you want money, which I know most of us do, you don't just tell angels, give me money. This is a vague message. Give me money is a vague message. It doesn't say anything, right? But the better question is, like I said, instead of saying, give me money, just say, I am giving you full permission to help me in a way that is safe, that is clear, that is aligned with my soul and my highest good. Because we don't want to just get rich. We don't want to sell our souls. We want to do things that are right. We want to be moral, right? So send a clear message. Being specific, it's super important. Sometimes people, I hear it, trust me, up to today, which is blowing my mind. People are asking universe or angels such a vague question. Dear Archangel, help my life. This is not a clear message. Help my life is not clear. You have to break it down. So a clear message for us will be whatever we're issuing. Help me release that fear that keeps me procrastinating. So my message, if I am a master of procrastination, I will ask, dear archangels or dear angels, help me to release the fear that keeps me procrastinating. Help me so I feel safe that I would stop, because a lot of time when you and I are procrastinating, there can be a lot of underneath cases. Why do I, please help me understand, why do I procrastinate? Is it because I don't feel worthy? Is it because I'm not feeling enough? Is it because I'm still running the whole program of old story and I'm holding on to the past story, that why I can be successful? Is it fear of being successful? So I want to ask the angel to help me with a clear message. What is it that I really need to learn, right? Help me speak the truth in relationship without aggression. If you're someone who's constantly losing your temper, you get angry, you get mad, and you notice that you cannot control your emotions, you cannot control your actions, you ask the angel that. Help me to speak the truth. Help me see the truth. Help me feel the truth. Help me speak the truth in a way that I attract a healthy relationship without me constantly projecting aggression, anger, madness, right? So be very, very specific and make it into small portion. Small portion. Is it fear? You pray for fear. If it's procrastination, you pray for that. And then embodiment. Embodiment. Many years ago, guys, I think 20 some years ago, when I started my first webinar, it was about energy. And in that webinar, I talked about a lot of stuff. But one of the main thing that I put a lot of emphasis, it was about embodiment. That the knowledge alone, it's not enough, because a lot of people are knowledgeable out there, but they're not living it. So in the energy healing webinar, I said, the first step is achieving, getting, understanding the knowledge. But the most important thing is the embodiment of that knowledge. Embodiment is when I really live it. If I am learning about the ego and I know all the aspects of ego, embodiment of that knowledge is that I am constantly aware and I'm living it as such, that I have the knowledge, right? So this is again, it is super, super important. And you have to be aligned 24 hours. So start telling yourself, this could be one of my prayer. Dear angel, can you help me to be aligned with my action, with my soul purpose? Can you help me? And then by saying that, and if I start running that prayer, imagine if you start running that prayer 100 times a day. Dear angel, can you help me to be aligned with my soul mission down here on planet Earth? Can you help me? Every time I say that prayer, I become aware and conscious. So start doing that and see what happens, right? And also know that if we want for angels to help us, we have to have respect for them, right? Respect for them is one part of having respect, is whatever I tell them that I would do, whatever I promise them that I would do, I will hold on to it, and I show up every single day. Is your appointment with your angel the most important thing for you? Is most important than getting your teeth done, than checking with your doctors, whatever. Because remember that the angels, again, they are the servant of the universe, right? So make an appointment with your angels every single day. Show up. Send a clear message. Then whatever you're telling them that you are going to do, have respect for yourself and have respect for your angel, and keep on showing up and doing it. Number three would be, you have to start taking actions. We cannot just lay down and say, Dear angel, can you send me a couple of servants who's going to take care of me, cook my meal, and clean up my place, and I'm just going to be a couch potato? No, you have to take actions, because movement is important. Movement is one of the ways that we turn the stagnation energy is into circulations, right? So start cleaning up your act, start looking and writing down before we enter 2026, what are the damaging habits that we have, and we're going to start working on them, writing them down, and we're going to start working on it a little bit every day. You can ask your angel, can you please help me to drop these damaging habits? But then again, just a prayer is not enough. You have to do something about it. If you wake up in the morning and you start, I don't know, eating something, you're a diabetic and you eat something that is not good for you, then you have to stop eating it, right? So you have to start the movement to do things. And the more that we are moving, taking actions, doing things, the more the energy becomes fluid, and the faster and quicker we get to our destination, or whatever it is that you wish or desire, right? So simply create a mantle, create a space, or if you don't, it doesn't matter. You can sit in your backyard, you can go to the nature, you can sit anywhere, you can sit in your bathtub, you can even sit on your toilet. Just make the connection every single day. Calm yourself down, inhale and exhale, and then empty out your space. When you wake up, please guys, please promise me that from this moment on, after you hear this live, you're going to tell yourself and promise yourself, the first thing you do is not going on your phone, checking your phone and see what's happening on social media. Promise that. Promise me that. Write it down in the comment for me. Yes, 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 yes. Write it down. Thank you. The worst thing you and I can do is to wake up and just jump on Instagram and on social media and see what's happening out there. Give yourself the gift, because the first thing in the morning is your golden hour. Don't burn it, waste it on social media. Do not do that. Give yourself 5 minutes of meditation in the morning. Give yourself that first very moment to become conscious of the mind and the ego. Yes, thank you very much. Give yourself that 5 minutes. Connect to your angels. Guide me. Guide me through every step. I want to wake up. I want to be fully connected, aligned with the universe, with you, with my life. Thank you very much. So, I'm not going to tell you guys about the angels. I'm sure you guys all know that, but one of the famous one that person said they're super busy and they probably don't have time to take care of you is Angel Michael. We all love Archangel Michael. We all love him, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because we have seen some pictures of Angel Michaels, and we just love his six packs of how strong his body is. I don't know what your reason is, but anyhow, Michael, as you know, is for protection, for boundaries, setting up our boundaries where we are always having issues with. Angel Michael, his male energy is courage. If you're lacking courage, ask Michael. And on top of that, Angel Michael is about the truth, knowing the truth, understanding the truth, living the truth, speaking the truth. And then the second most popular angel is Gabriel. Gabriel is about what? About messages. How to hear clear message, how to be connected to the universe and understand and hear what the universe is actually telling you. The other part is creativity. If you are into creativity, even though you think you're not a creative person, you can ask Gabriel, help me to tap in, tune in to the universal creativity. He's about purpose, new beginnings. If you're looking for new beginnings, if you've been involved with your ego mind till now and you suffered a lot, then you can ask Gabriel, help me to understand my lesson and start a new beginning. Then the other most popular angel is Angel Raphael. We all know Raphael has a feminine energy. She's for healings whenever we need healing. Um, we're not feeling good. Raphael is for nervous system, immune system, if you need help there, and mainly recovery. When you're going through a surgery, while you're going through the recovery of your surgery, you can ask Raphael to be from the beginning to the end. Then we have Ariel. Can you write what can we get help from Angel Ariel in the comment for me? Wisdom, 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 wisdom. If I'm looking for wisdom, I ask for Angel Ariel. For problem solvings, whatever issues that I'm dealing with. Again, I'm not just going to say, Dear Archangel Ariel, can you come and totally, fully remove this problem? No, 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 no. You're going to ask Ariel, can you help me to understand the deep message, the universal lesson, so I can learn it, work on it, and upgrade in it. Then grounding. and insight. For most of us who we think we're lacking being grounded, angel Ariel, and then we have Shaniel. He's the archangel of love, relationship, self worth, um, and what is loss. So, if we are feeling that we're really looking for relationship and love, we ask Shamiel to help us to become the embodiment of the person who feels love, worthy, deserving, being enough to be the projection of love to meet the match, the partner, the love, and the relationship that is that I feel safe, that I feel grounded, understood, and all that. Okay. Zadical for transformation, forgiveness, emotional alchemy. So whenever I feel that I need to forgive myself and I don't see how, or I cannot, or whenever feel that I have to, not have to is not a right thing. I want to forgive someone for what happened in my childhood or in my life, and I feel that I cannot do that. We ask Zedical to come and help us with us. So, we are at the end of this live. Please, my loved ones, listen and write down this live. I cannot put enough emphasis that once we start writing something, how much more deeper we understand something. A part of, to me, a part of embodiment is also writing things, because writing, especially, I'm an old school, I'm still writing, and I always knew something deep inside of me was telling me that once I start writing, it's just that my higher self or something else is taking over, and things will go so much smoother. I become in a state of flow. But that's not it. The other part is the minute we start writing, we become super conscious and the information becomes digestible, ready to be used. So please, thank you very much, everybody. For all of you guys on YouTube, thank you for being here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so and turn on the notification, write a comment, like, and share, please. And for all of you guys who are on Instagram, if you haven't followed me, please do so, write comments, and let us know. So, this is the end, guys. I want to wish all of you a merry, holy, joy year. And I cannot emphasize 2025 was a difficult year. I have fully compassion for all of you guys. I understand how hard 2025 was, but thank God it's finally over. Few more days, and we're gonna have a fantastic 2026 year. And as you guys know, I live in Los Angeles, and then from the day I was supposed to do my live yesterday, but we have major rainstorm and everything. We lost internet and all that. So I said to myself, I said 2025 wants to leave and is trying to become as damaging as it's possible. So thank God. I am so happy that we're entering fresh 2026. Is going to be totally a new energy. It's going to be wonderful. I promise you guys. I want you to be optimistic about 2026. I want you to know that 2026, the energy of the fire horse, the energy is ready for you to manifest whatever you want. It's only up to you to be clear, to write down everything that you want, to show up, to be consistent, to do not please. One of the most damaging way that we do not continue to be consistent with our task is the fact that we're constantly checking out for the result. So I'm begging you, stop and drop that. Don't look at where is going. Remember, you all have an angel, a guide assigned to you, but you have to be clear. Your space has to be empty. You have to be consistent. You have to trust. So I guarantee you, if you follow up everything that we talked about in this live, you are going to become a firebomb, and 2026 will be finally the year of joy, peace, and you're finally going to stand at the end of the road and say, I did it. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm wishing you a merry, 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 merry Christmas and happy 2026. Goodbye, everybody. Bye bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.